Alright, y'all. I tried to make a video about this earlier today, but I kept getting phone calls. Every time I tried to make it, I got distracted one way or another. So I wasn't able to get it finished, so I'm going to try once again. So the WBA has come out with a belt talking about honoring Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson with the frontline belt, BLM belt, whatever you want to call it. Like a lot of other people, I take this as a slap in the face. It's a sign of disrespect. It's the WBC trying to interject themselves into a fight that shouldn't have anything to do with any kind of sanctioning body. Now, should they choose to honor these guys, they could have done so in another way. Don't exploit the circumstances in which we're living today, you know, off the heels of, or in the face of a lot of tragedies involving black people being murdered unjustly, you know, at the hands of the police or at the hands of so-called concerned neighbors, and so forth. So, you know, I just feel like the WBC doing this is very distasteful and disrespectful. You know, it's bad enough that when things happen, such as Ahmaud Arbery being killed, Breonna Taylor being killed, Justin Blake being shot in the back 7 times, or George Floyd being, you know, strangled to death on, you know, on a live stream, you know, and or on live on camera, or however it was, whether it was live or whether it was recorded, but on camera. You know, with all of that happening, you know, when people talk about the things, they've tried to desensitize us and water down what happened and call them situations. You hear the George Floyd situation, the Breonna Taylor situation, the Ahmaud Arbery situation. There is no motherfucking situation. Those are homicides, you know, and call shit for what it is. So with that said, I'm calling this ploy by the WBC for what it is. It's disrespectful, distasteful, and downright a slap in the face, because the WBC has shown where they stand on when it comes to just the black fighters alone. You know, yeah, I like what the WBC did for Adonis Stevenson, bringing him out to the convention and honoring him and his career, you know, but that doesn't undo all of the backhanded and you know what I'm saying, unjustly things they've done to downgrade the black fighters who have toted their belts. You know, on prime example, you know, gave Devin Haney a belt because he got ducked. As soon as he got injured, they stripped him immediately. Finally gave the belt back to him, only to say that he's not the champion. That Lomachenko is the only 135 champion going into that Teofimo Lopez fight. So the WBC, they're a bunch of opportunists. You know, they were riding with Haney, but as soon as they saw an opportunity to attach themselves with a major showdown, they jumped ship and they turned their back on Devin Haney. You know, I know why these fighters hold on to these titles, and you know, I know there's some monetary gain to be had, but at the same time, I wish a lot of these fighters were in a position where they could just tell these sanctioning bodies to go to hell. They don't need their belts. They're gonna carve their own lane, and they're gonna make a name for themselves and be a champion without a piece of plastic and bronze or whatever the hell, brass or whatever they got on those titles, aluminum or whatever. You know, because these guys, they're champions anyway. You know, because you know, it takes a hell of a lot of dedication, determination, and sacrifice, and discipline to make it as far as some of these fighters make it. You know, so they got my respect. I may talk shit about these fighters, but trust me, I have a hell of a lot more respect for these fighters than I do these sanctioning bodies, and also than I do some of these promoters. But that's all I gotta say on the subject. D-Lo 404 Boxing.